We're on day 7 and we're drawing banana peels or bananas, just the main shape, because as we're drawing these, there's a purpose behind all of these different things we're drawing. A banana is a curved cylinder and the peel is a ribbon. I know that we drew the ribbon with the octopus and a little bit with the snail, but the ribbon is a really important part in understanding how things curve and turn, right? They really are. Right. They really are helpful in drawing something that spins and curves and twirls. And so when you're drawing a banana, it has a ribbon when you peel it, and especially if you think of that cartoon of the banana laying down on the ground. So, real quick, we'll just draw a banana, right? So we have a cylinder. It's curved, right? It continues down like this. Has a little notch here where it connects to the bushel. And then it's actually it's cylindrical, but it's kind of like it has like a hexagon, polygon kind of shape, where it's not fully rounded. It kind of like curves and turns, and a lot of times that's where the peel kind of gets cut out. Right, so you kind of come it back like this. You give it a little bit of a width, right? So the ribbon has more than just paper thinness to it, like that. This one kind of goes behind. Right, you see the back side of it right here, and it has kind of like this indent through the middle here where um, it's kind of curving in, right? The ribbon has kind of like this bend in it like this. Right. It's a little wide. Like that. And there's a little bit of bend in there because it kind of has a spine on both sides where it breaks. Right. And so what we're doing when we're drawing a banana is we're practicing drawing a cylinder. Yeah. Like that. Right. And we think of it, okay, it's a cylinder like this. And then we are able to practice more of this idea of a ribbon with a little bit of a width to it, curling and doing different things, right? And that's really good practice because you're practicing a form turning around, right? Like this one here. We're seeing the back side right here, and then we're seeing the front side right here, like that. Right, and before you know it, we have this pretty cool looking banana. I mean, yeah, it's just a banana, but it's the way we draw it, right? It has this form to it, this kind of style where we really see this three-dimensional aspect of it. And we can put a little shadow here on the sides. And then, of course, if we wanted to, we could shade this whole thing like this, following the form, how it bends, like that. And then this one would be more like this, right? And that's it. That's the banana right there. But we're going to draw multiple of them with different kind of ideas. Okay? So now imagine that we're going to draw one more banana like itself, then we're going to draw some banana peels that are alone. So imagine now we're looking down on the banana. This one we were kind of looking down on it a little bit, but it wasn't that abrupt or that strong of a feeling. So imagine, right, we're wrapping this cylinder like that. And then this is the very tip right here. The banana has like these segments in it, like that. And then if we wanted to, of course, like I always say, we could shade it more. And then the peel, right, it gets torn right here. Has kind of like these little notches in here. There's the stem. The width is really important here. But you can see how already, right, we can see how this contour line especially, and then the cross contour lines that we've drawn on it, give it the idea that it's being looked at from a different perspective here. This one's curling away. We don't see any of it right here. We can shade this in. Finishing the rest of the banana here. Following the curve of the contour of the original drawing. There's the other half of that stem. It seems to, like on this one, it's kind of broken in half. Maybe there's some spots and some scratches on this one. Right, they get those little brown spots when they get overly ripe. So maybe that's one of those. But you can automatically see now how this banana is being viewed from a different perspective than the other one, right? We're looking kind of down the cylinder a little bit more. I think it's really apparent like right in here. Right, you can see the tip of the banana right here. Like that, right? And really the goal here, like I said, is to practice these ribbons curling. So we're seeing this inside edge right here facing up this way, and then this side facing up this way, right? It's kind of a cool thing about it is that we're drawing two different sides of the same form. We're drawing the inside, the outside peel, and then the inside of the peel. It's visible. Okay, let's draw some more. All right, this is going to be like the Mario Kart style banana where it's in the road and it makes them slip, or the cartoon style where that makes them slip. So you have the main part of the banana, like the bottom of the stem, right, with this little black part, and then when it's on the ground, right, it's going to be shooting towards us, so the peel's going to get kind of larger, and that ribbon comes forward like this. Has a little bit of width to it. Like that. Need some creases here where the bend happens. And then similar to the octopus in a way, because these things all go in a different direction. Like that. And then maybe we have some fun with this one and we go, I want to get a curve I like here. There we go, like that. Give it some width. And then you'd see the back side of it here, going into the stem, where it gets ripped right here. And then you'd see the inside of it right here. Right, maybe there's a little shadow underneath right here like this. That, and then this part would be like that. And now what we're seeing is we're seeing this part up here facing this way. Then we're seeing this part facing down, like that. And we see this part facing this way. Right, so we're drawing this form that is moving around and we're seeing it from all sorts of different directions, which is really cool. And that's why I think that it's interesting to draw these. Now let's do one more because there's one back here and this one's going to be fading away. So it's going to be the smallest one. Not going to see very much of the width, maybe one line down the middle of it, like where the bend is. Like that. Put some lines on it like that. Right, and there you go. You have a banana laying on the ground, right? Don't slip on it. um, really quick sketch. But what we're practicing are these ribbons. These ribbons I'm going to keep saying it. The ribbons are really important for learning how to draw from your imagination, because so many things do this. So many things you can see the front and then the back and then the front again, and being able to figure out how how to make that happen, right? Like this, and give it like a serpentine shape in some way, right? It's really important to be able to know how to do that. And that one was kind of sloppy, but it was done really quickly. But as you can see, right, this thing's going up this way like this, and this curve right here is facing all sorts of different ways, and you're able to bend these shapes in whatever way you'd like, which is really fun. And it's really an important skill to have as an artist. So we're going to move on to another one, and then we're going to probably call it here. Let's do one more. All right, so we have another banana, let's say on the ground. This time it's broken from the other side, so you have the big stem here, the stem that attaches to the bushel. Like that. Some creasing here. Right, drawing really quickly and letting the line kind of flow. Maybe there's a little bit of a bend going back in, so it's like curling under itself right here. Right, and then you're not seeing any of the width here because it's on the ground. This part kind of continues off from the actual bend of the banana. Like that. That part would be a little darker. And then this one in the back, let's say it goes up like this, it comes back down, and then it comes back up. Right, like this. And so it's kind of bent in this way where you're only seeing, part of it. Shadow underneath here, connecting the two to the ground. And then one more. Let's do another one where it bends in a cool way. Let's do another one. Get some width here. Some little scratches here on the banana. Alright, just little dinks in here, dinks and marks, scratches, little brown spots. Alright, make it look like it's kind of old. Give it a little bit of a backstory, right? It's been sitting here for a while. And then there you have it, right? We got another banana peel. Now let's see what we got for the whole drawing, this whole lesson here. Now, ooh, it's kind of small, huh? Let's make it bigger. There it is. All right, we're having some fun here. We're drawing some some ribbons with the cylinders. So now we're drawing these different shapes interacting with each other, and that's what we're getting towards here. As you can see, when you're being told to draw these random objects, at first you're kind of like, well, what's the point of this? Why? Well, it's because each of them are made up of specific types of mark making and specific types of shapes. More importantly, uh, and when you master those shapes in a way that allows you to craft them from imagination, you get better and better at it. And before you know it, you can start to combine and morph these shapes together in a very cool way to create new things and allow your imagination to go, to kind of have fun with it. So we went from the mushroom yesterday, now we're doing a banana today. Let's see what we got for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing a scorpion, right? So going from a banana, we did a moth, but now a scorpion, right? That has multiple parts of the body, right? The thorax, the spine, these arms that come forward, the huge legs that stick up, right? It's gonna be really fun. So tune in for that one, and I'll see you in the next video.